New trailers dropped for Mission Impossible 8, Captain America 4, and Alien Earth. Disney has pulled a Star Wars theatrical release from 2026. Mark Rylance might be cast as Dumbledore. The Fantastic Four First Steps has released its first synopsis. Kevin Feige says Blade is not dead yet. And John Krasinski is the sexiest man alive. Let's get into this week's movie news.
What is up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. This is another episode of Movie News where we talk about all the film and TV news that came out this past week, so you don't have to. We watched the trailers, we read the articles, and we scoured the internet for everything we could find. So sit back, relax, and hear about what's happening in the film and TV world. John Krasinski, sexiest man alive. A Massachusetts boy. Love it.
I think Ryan Howard from The Office, someone needs to check up on the 6-time Hottest in the Office Dundee Award winner, Ryan Howard, to see how he's doing today.
People Magazine's a little bit better of an award.
I like that. The Dundies?
I like the pick.
Yeah,
he's a wholesome, great dad, great husband.
Everyone loves John Krasinski.
Everyone adores the guy, and he's a very handsome guy.
Lengthy, tall drink of water, as Michael Scott calls him, Gumby.
Now, before we get into this episode, if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube, you might be seeing this bloody face of James in front of you.
It's not that
James
bad.
has a gash on his cheek, and he's got a little cut on his lip. What happened, James? I know last night was fight night with Tyson and Paul, but what happened with you? Did you get into your own fight night?
This morning, I went to the ranch. And
the horse ranch?
The horse ranch, and I got clocked by a horse. And
did it hit you with the hoof? Did it like kick you?
No, that would have been way worse.
You'd be dead.
I basically took a hook from a headbutt from a horse today. Horses can be dangerous.
Were you riding it, or were you just like approaching
Was
it?
not riding it. I haven't ridden since I got back, and since the film actually. And I took a horse out today that I've worked with 50 times, and she was having a rough day. Sometimes horses having a rough time. And so I just took her out to go for a little walk, and she was irate. And she was fine until I got her out there. And she tricked me. She's very tricksy. But she's a brat anyways. She can be...
She's brat?
She can be a diva.
Was it because you hadn't been out there in a month?
I'm guessing I haven't ridden her in 2 weeks because 2 months, since we've been so busy. And so I haven't really been to the ranch at all with the movie and everything in post-production. And so I think a lot of the work that I've been doing with her is just gone.
Yeah.
And she doesn't get work done besides when I'm with her.
You look like you got fucked up.
And dude, it's a 2,000, 2,500 pound animal.
Damn.
Literally, she's never acted on me before. She's never tried to kick me. She's never tried to hit me before. She gets a little bitey sometimes, but a lot of horses get a little bitey. But she got me. She got me good. She charged at me too.
Really?
And I had to almost pretty much dive out of the arena. And then I went to go back in to get her back to her stall because I took her out of her stall to the arena to do work, and I had to get out of the arena real quick because she was coming at me, and then I went in there to get her to her stall because I had to get her back, and then she got me.
That's scary.
She got me. Horses can be scary. And
well, we're all glad you're okay. You look like shit, but the show must go on.
It's all good. It's just superficial.
Okay, yeah.
Look at this tough guy. It did.
Look at this tough guy over here.
I did maybe see some stars. I didn't fall. But she got me good, man.
So before we get into the box office, you watched the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. How was it?
It was terrible. It was as you expect, a 60-year-old man fighting as someone in their 20s. It was not entertaining at all.
Yeah.
The first 30 seconds of the first round, Tyson looked good, but then he got gassed. He's 58 years old.
Yeah, it's old. It's old.
The betting companies made a lot of money last night because 90% of bets were on Paul to win. On Tyson to win. Nostalgia is a hell of a thing.
This is an experiment. It seemed like an interesting thing to do a boxing event live on Netflix.
They've done stand-up specials.
Yeah, but I think that was
nothing this big before.
Paving the way forward for what Netflix can do as a streamer. I think that's really cool for live events.
But a lot of people were tuning in, obviously.
Shit ton.
But yeah, it was kind of a waste of time. Like they usually are. They're usually just a sham.
Yeah, those kinds of fights.
But I think people were excited just to see Mike Tyson in the ring again, an all-time legend.
Yeah.
The most dangerous man on the planet.
Yeah, he was scary.
Besides
Iron
horse.
Mike. Iron Mike. All right, let's get into the box office this weekend. Back into the movie news. Red One is the new release this weekend, and it came out on top, unsurprisingly, with a kind of modest $33 million opening weekend. It seems like it's a good weekend, but really the film cost $250 million.
Did it really? That's its production budget?
Production budget, then marketing on top of that. So it was a very pricey movie, so it's not really that great of a start for them.
Oh my gosh.
This is a super expensive film. However, James and I saw it, and we had a good time. It's a nice, light, fun family action comedy.
People are hating on it. It's insane how much people will rile up on a kids movie.
Yeah, it's a kids movie. That's whatever.
I love, that everyone has a voice on being a movie critic, and Letterboxd and social media has let people, express their opinions about movies and everything, obviously. But it's a kids movie, guys. The reviews on this movie are insane.
Yeah, it's just like it seems mean-spirited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're treating it like it's an Oscar contender. It's a fun kids movie with The Rock and Chris Evans.
It doesn't seem like it's like a sellout movie or anything.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it was a fun time. It was silly and it got kind of creative. Yeah, there's some questionable CGI in it, no doubt, but there's actually quite a lot of practical stuff that they did with production and with prosthetics work that I had a good time with it.
It's a Christmas movie, guys.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be great, but
I wouldn't say that it's obviously gonna not make its budget, because it is a Christmas movie that released in November, so it could have legs. It could have legs going into the holiday season.
Also, this is a Prime movie, so they are not hoping for a huge box office, but to make money, and then they'll keep it on the streaming app forever. So Amazon Prime says they think there's a lot of upside for the film in the future, even if it doesn't perform incredibly well at the box office.
I think everyone needs to chill out, guys.
Yeah,
it's
man.
a kids movie.
I had a
1-star, half-star reviews attacking it.
I had a drink, and I just sat back and had a good time. Honestly, it was fun.
Well, a very successful film this year is Venom 3.
Venom!
Another $6 million at the domestic box office. Venom, this franchise, has now passed $1.8 billion for the 3 films combined. Isn't that insane?
That's pretty impressive.
Almost a $2 billion franchise.
And none of them are good.
Hey, man, I like them, man. I like Venom. Get off Venom.
We know you like Venom.
Yeah, but you're always talking smack about it. Anyways,
it deserves
the best Christmas pageant ever, $6 million at the domestic box office. Heretic, another really healthy $4.6 million its second weekend at the domestic box office. Wild Robots, still making money, $4.5 million domestic weekend.
Still at number 5.
It's 88th weekend at the box office.
It's always been here.
So a bit of a lackluster box office weekend. However, next week's projected box office is projected to be the best November weekend ever, because we have 2 massive movies coming out at the same time. We have Wicked and Gladiator 2, both coming out on November 22nd. So expect next weekend to be an absolute huge hit.
Wickadator.
The Wickadator.
Or Glicked. People saying Glicked.
Glicked.
I like Wickadator better.
I don't like either of them.
Glicked.
I like the movies,
glicked.
But I can't wait to see Gladiator 2 again, because we saw it last week. Phenomenal. And I'm going to see it again on Friday for our episode on Monday next week.
I'm going to do the double feature on Friday.
Ooh, double feature.
Yeah, the Glicked double feature.
Did
you just say double feature?
Double feature.
You couldn't finish the feature.
I was trying to save time.
Oh, it's a double feature. Have fun with that double feature today, man.
Trying to save time. Time is money, baby.
Double feature. What the fuck? I've never heard that in my life.
Me neither. I invented it. Let's go check out a double.
Yo, I'm gonna go do that Barbenheimer double feature. Catch you later, bro.
Sounds good, right?
Does not sound good.
I like double feature. Hey, what are you doing this week? I'm gonna go to a double feature. That sounds cool.
You can't say that. You can't do a soft T if there's no U-R-E after it.
Sure you can.
It would just be double feet.
No, because it's feature. The word feature is different than the word feet.
No, yeah, but like, how are you spelling double feature? Tell me. How do you spell double feature?
F-E-A-T.
Yeah, so that's feet.
That's the same thing with music.
I'm just saying.
This song, blah blah blah, Drake featuring Justin Bieber. They don't do.
No. That's F-E-A-T taught.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, that's what you're
double
saying.
feature. Double featuring, double feature.
Well, they don't say feature. They don't say Drake feature Wiz Khalifa.
Exactly. So I'm changing things up.
I don't think it's gonna catch on. I have a feeling it's not gonna catch on.
Double feature.
But more power to you, man.
Let's get it
more
going.
More power
everybody.
to you.
All right. Well, let's get into the news this week, and there is quite a bit to go over. Of course, there was a big trailer last week that we didn't get in the episode because it dropped after we made the episode.
Yes, unfortunately.
But we got a handful of really great ones.
Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning. We got the title reveal, and honestly, the best trailer I've seen this year. It is insane. It's gigantic. It's shocking. Like the footage you see in this trailer, it is like, I can't believe they did a lot of this for real.
It's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
And it's visually stunning, and there's so many incredible locations and environments that Tom and the rest of the ensemble are in. I was just floored by it because I really love Dead Reckoning. Like everybody liked that movie. This one looks like even a step above that one. And it's super impressive filmmaking.
And we got a lot of sequences underwater, which I'm really excited to see because it seemed like half the trailer was underwater. A lot of sequences.
We got an underwater kiss.
Really great imagery. That underwater kiss, I wonder if that's real or some sort of a dream-like sequence. And then we got bodies underwater dead. It looked awesome. The scope looks massive. And it looks like they're setting it up to be the final one, even though Thomas said he doesn't want to necessarily say goodbye to the character. Of course, him and McQuarrie are going to get some new franchises booming eventually, starting in the next few years. They're going to go to space, obviously, make the first movie feature theatrical film shot in space. That's on their list of things to do.
With Lyman.
Yeah, with Doug Lyman.
Yeah.
Is that what he's not doing with McQuarrie?
McQuarrie's not doing that.
Gotcha. Well, he's doing another franchise with McQuarrie. So Tom obviously is going to get some other stuff going, but it's probably smart to take a break from Mission Impossible for the time being until he's maybe 80 years old to get back into Ethan Hunt.
Reckoning again. Another reckoning.
But Mission Impossible.
I like the title. How do you like the
Final
title?
Reckoning? I think it's the smart one.
Yeah,
to do.
Dead Reckoning Part 2 obviously would have been a mouthful. So I think the Final Reckoning is a good trailer name, a good title name. And I was just absolutely floored by it. I can't wait to see it in a theater. I haven't seen it on the big screen yet, so I'm looking forward to just seeing the trailer on the big screen.
Yeah, and then this comes out on May 23rd, 2025.
What a fucking packed year.
It's going to be
Holy
epic.
shit.
2025 and 2026 are going to be fantastic.
Speaking of 2025, we got a full-length trailer of Captain America, Brave New World. I really like the way this movie's looking. We got more Red Hulk. We got some really great action in this. The drama's there, and it looks like it's a very serious movie that I'm looking forward to seeing in the MCU.
It's giving Manchurian Candidate vibes because we have the assassin who tries to kill the president, Harrison Ford, in the trailer being interrogated by Captain America, and he's basically saying that he doesn't really remember what happened in a lot of ways, and Sam's trying to get information out of him. But it seemed like he was either brainwashed to do this assassination attempt, or maybe it's sort of the route of Winter Soldier, maybe an assassin like that, where you're turned on or off in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see that. The action looks massive in scope and scale. It looks epic. And I agree. I'm getting more and more excited for this film. And I think it's going in the right directions, clearly based off the trailers. Of course, we know it's been full of reshoots, but it looks like the reshoots have paid off.
Esposito looks great in action, man.
Yeah.
He looks really good in the action genre. I like it. I like it a lot.
We also got a very short teaser trailer for
Blink and you miss it.
literally, for Noah Hawley's Alien Earth. And this now follows with the synopsis a group of people who make a fateful discovery when exploring
Things happen.
Make a fateful discovery when exploring a crashed space vessel. It's set 30 years before the first Alien film, so this will technically, on the Alien movie franchise, not counting the AVP movies set on Earth, this will be the first Alien movie, according to the timeline, taking place in 2092.
Alien Earth Origins.
Which would be 1 year before Prometheus takes place in 2093. This releases on Hulu in 2025, and I'll probably be dead in 2064.
That's not that far off, man.
Hopefully
You're
not.
only going to make it to 70. Sorry, man.
73.
Well, I mean, that's a nice long life, man. I'm sure you're going to live a great life.
Lots of dates. Sorry, throwing a lot of years at you guys.
Yeah, that was confusing.
But the teaser, I mean, they didn't really reveal much. We saw maybe 7 shots.
Flashes of things.
Which are basically stills.
There's like a group of people silhouetted. There's the lead actress. There's a cave. I saw like an ocean.
And then we have the Earth reflecting off the face of a xenomorph.
And yeah, the xenomorph was like,
hey guys, I'm here. Don't miss my movie, my show.
All right, some bad news for Star Wars fans. Disney has pulled their upcoming theatrical release, which was set for December 18th, 2026, which was rumored to be the Rey Solo Star Wars film. They have emptied the slot, and Ice Age 6 has now taken the slot of December 18th, 2026.
That's bad news.
So the Ice Age critters took over Disney.
That's bad news. They just replaced a Star Wars theatrical release with Ice Age 6.
Things are not going well.
That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign.
Ice Age
because
6.
the last 3 Ice Ages have been direct to video.
You can only get them on VHS.
You can only get them on. You have to know someone who has a VHS.
You can only get them at a bootleg vendor in New York City.
It's like the Ring. It's like the Ring VHS. Yeah, you have to walk down Hollywood Boulevard. The guys that hand out CDs, they're handing out Ice Age 4 and 5.
It's the only way to get Ice Age 5. It's the only way. But it's worth it. It's worth it. That's what makes it so special.
Ice Age 6 has literally taken over a Star Wars theatrical release date. That is, even though Mandalorian Grogu comes out next year.
Yes,
That's not
they
good
still have
news.
that,
That's not good news at all.
I think here's the thing: the Star Wars saga story, it's so important. They have to make sure they get it right for the IP going forward.
I told you they were going to pull that Rey film.
When did you say that?
A couple of weeks ago, we said that they're removing. There's issues with that Rey film, remember? And I said that they're pulling it from the theatrical release, and you said no, they still have the date.
You're right.
You were right, and I was right.
You're right. You did say that.
But you were right because they still had the date.
Yes.
But now it's officially gone.
It's gone. It's disappeared.
Yeah.
It's Fagoozy.
It's a fake.
All right, moving on to Scorsese news.
Speaking of Scorsese, referencing The Wolf of Wall Street.
Martin Scorsese says that his next film will be an adaptation of Marilyn Robinson's Home, which will likely be his next film. He co-wrote the script with Todd Field, the acclaimed director and writer himself.
Goodness, it must be a good screenplay.
Yeah, also, it looks like this is superseding his 2 projects that have been in development for a while, the Jesus film and the Sinatra film. So it looks like Home will be his next adaptation, which I mean, anytime he makes a movie, it's going to be great.
You know what? Very excited. Very excited.
I'm also very excited for this.
Let's talk about Gladiator 2 because it comes out next week, and we can't wait for you all to watch it and hopefully see it in the biggest screen possible with IMAX, and then tune into our episode on Monday, November 25th, as we break it down in great detail. Now, Airbnb and Paramount have partnered up, and they're teaming up for a Gladiator experience where select few guests can attend and battle in the actual Colosseum in Rome, Italy, where you'll get gladiator training. You'll get to put on armor, have weapons and shields, and do battle. It'll be $0 per person, and it's available to book starting on November 27th.
However, be careful because you will have to battle to the death.
Imagine if that was the fine print. All right, someone's gonna die.
Hey, you signed it.
Like the Pope is just up there, and the Pope's giving you thumbs up or thumbs down. Imagine.
Man, the net was a terrible choice.
Kill.
Why did I pick the net?
Damn, the Pope wants me to kill somebody? Oh my gosh.
I should have gotten the sword.
I thought this was gonna be fun.
So yeah, enter the contest, but just be careful, guys. I think this is all jokes aside. It's my favorite marketing ploy this year. It's super creative. It's so fun. And it gives fans an experience that is like legendary to be able to fight in the Coliseum for the first time in 2,000 years.
It's pretty incredible.
Unbelievable. I think it's such a genius marketing idea, and I wish I could do it. I really do.
What's crazy is because the Coliseum is technically a church.
Yes.
So there's going to be people fighting in a church.
That's how they protected it.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. But it will be the first time in 2,000 years that people have battled inside the arena.
It's really incredible because it shows you how important Gladiator, the film, is to the people of Italy and Rome.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I saw Crow doing an interview recently talking about how when he goes to Italy and when he goes to Rome, he is treated like a king, and they call him literally, you're like one of the 10th kings of the country. Like, you are royalty here.
He's the man.
And they treat him so well.
But it's interesting. A lot of people, if you don't know, the Vatican owns a lot of these major monuments because they condone them as churches, which protected them from being destroyed. And the Vatican owns the Colosseum.
And it's a good source of revenue.
Good source of revenue. It's an influx of visitors. It never stops.
Probably making $1 million a day.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of cheddar.
That's nickels and dimes for the Vatican. All right, let's move into some really interesting news. Now, I think this is a smart way to go about the casting announcements for the upcoming Harry Potter TV series. So Warner Brothers could do one of two things. They could start with the kids, the trio, announce who they have in mind for that, or what seems to be the route they might be taking is they might be going with the adults and reveal who they have in mind for those roles first. So rumors have come out that Mark Rylance, the Oscar-winning actor, phenomenal performer, is being eyed to play Dumbledore in the Harry Potter TV series from Warner Brothers. I think that he is a fantastic pick. He is endlessly talented. He's a wonderful actor. And I feel like for Dumbledore, he seems like a perfect fit.
He's at a really good age. He's probably early 60s.
Yes, yeah.
And I think Mark Rylance can embody the youthful energy that Dumbledore needs despite his high age, and also his powerful kindness, which I can see Mark Rylance doing so well because he's done that in so many movies, but also with a little bit of an edge like Dumbledore is supposed to have with a lot of his performances. So I think if this is going to be the casting, Mark Rylance, I think, is a phenomenal choice for Dumbledore.
Phenomenal!
I'm so curious who else they're going to cast, but excellent news. And I think that just like the movie, stick to as many UK-based actors and actresses as possible. Ireland, Scotland, England, all those other countries. Everyone.
We know Ireland's not in the UK, by the way.
But
we know
but
that.
all those countries have your actors come from there, because I think that was part of the great DNA of the movies. Even though they try to get Robin Williams in there, even though they try to get a couple of other American performers, something about I think having actors based in that region of Europe is a strength to the franchise.
That was one of JK's demands.
Yeah.
They had to be UK or Ireland based actors, so not from America or Canada.
Except for, I mean, they wanted Robin for Rubius Hagrid.
Well, they did, but she always wanted Coltrane. That's who she wrote.
And it's a perfect choice.
He was. How do you do any of these roles again?
That's the problem.
Man.
You have to cast just the best people possible because they're such beloved characters.
Who do you want for Snape?
Who do I want for Snape? I don't know, but I want them to be young.
Yeah.
Cast people in their 30s for all of Snape, Remus, James. I mean, James is going to be in his 20s. Sirius. These guys are going to be in their 30s. I don't think they should go the route of casting people in their 50s again like they did last time. It worked for the movies, but if you want to do something different than the movies, let's keep it realistic and authentic to the story. James and Lily, people in their early 20s. That's how old they should be. They should be technically 20, 21 years old. Yeah. But the other guys and gals, get them in their 30s like they're supposed to be.
You know who wouldn't be a bad Snape is Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, that's a pretty interesting choice.
He would be a pretty good Snape.
I could see that.
He wouldn't be too bad at all. Yeah, for sure. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean he's still pretty young. Yeah, he's probably like early 40s.
Yeah, he would be perfect age for Snape.
I think he's got the hair and everything. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, or Sam Ben Whishaw would be great in the Harry Potter world.
Ben Whishaw, not as Snape though.
No,
but I
Snape.
can see him in there somehow.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he could be someone in Potter. I feel like he belongs in that. He could fit that world somehow.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, Richard Madden
could be somebody, maybe. Yeah. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's talk about some MCU stuff. First of all, Blade. Kevin Feige out doing some interviews.
What is it now?
He says that Blade is not dead yet and that he will make it into the MCU. They are committed to the character. And he reminds everyone that they've been completely transparent with everything regarding the news of whenever they have projects getting stalled or if they're going through rewrites. So Blade is something they are still committed to.
Sure.
We'll see. We'll see if they get that done in the next 4 years. I don't know. But then also the Fantastic Four First Steps dropped a bunch of news. First of all, Joseph Quinn said in an interview, I believe he was doing for Gladiator, that they wrapped filming in 2 weeks, which is really exciting. So they're almost done. Obviously, Joseph and Pedro have taken some time off to go do the press tour for Gladiator Part 2. Gladiator 2. Now, the Fantastic Four First Steps comes out on July 25th, 2025. That is not that far away, everybody.
Wow.
Pretty exciting stuff that in 8 months we will get that movie.
That means it's not going to be that much visual effects as you might assume.
Yeah, but I mean, they've already been working.
They've been
working.
They've been cooking.
They've been cooking. Julia Garner has officially been confirmed as the Silver Surfer, even though that's been expected. And this is the first synopsis for the Fantastic Four First Steps. Set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic world, Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps introduces Marvel's first family, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, The Thing, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald Silver Surfer. And if Galactus's plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal.
Very cool. I like it.
Sign me up. Sounds pretty fantastic. Simple as a pimple. He wants to just eat a planet.
Nom, nom, nom.
I like it.
He's hungry. He's a hungry guy.
And clearly, I'm guessing Silver Surfer will be a character that is morally gray.
Yeah. Maybe they'll think that Silver Surfer is a villain, and then Silver Surfer will help them.
Well, I bet you Silver Surfer starts off as a villain.
Yeah.
And then turns good. Maybe. We'll find out, but I'm excited to see a trailer for this. Hopefully, I bet in the next month we get a trailer.
Oh, in December.
For December movie.
Definitely
get that
December.
out in theaters.
Because, I mean, so many people go to the theaters in December. We'll definitely get a trailer by then. At least a teaser. All right, next up, obviously, Denzel is super busy, one of the most in-demand actors, and he's got a plan for his retirement. He said he's not retiring right now, but he does have a plan.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of rumors that he said he was retiring, but he said, that's not what I said.
Yeah, he's got a plan. So he's working on 5 more major projects. He's going to work with Antoine Fuqua again. He's going to play King Lear. He's going to work on a film that Ryan Coogler is writing for him.
Black Panther 3.
Black Panther 3, yes. And then he's doing something else that I can't recall, but he's got 5 more projects.
Othello.
He's doing that right now. That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what he's doing now. So he's got a plan. I think that's an epic plan. And he's 70, so he's probably working. He's at this rate, he's probably going to be working for another 6 or 7 years to get all these projects
It's
done.
really exciting. So I basically dropped 5 movies that he's developing right now and working on. Steve McQueen he's going to work on a project with as well.
Yes. Steve McQueen. I forgot that one.
So he's not retiring, but he's thinking about it clearly.
He said he's going out by working with the best. Mm-hmm. I love it.
And people he's worked with and collaborated before, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
I'm excited to see him in a Steve McQueen movie.
Me too.
That would be fucking sick.
I'm excited to see him in a Black Panther movie. That's fucking badass.
Fucking awesome.
It's so cool.
Everyone's going to go crazy for that.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine if he's a villain. That'd be insane.
Take my money, man. Take my
That'd be
money.
Insane. Let's talk about Predator. Now, Predator Badlands comes out in 2025 on November 7th in theaters this time, not just on Hulu. And according to filmmaker Dan Trachtenberg. What did I say? Trachtenberg?
Yeah.
Trachtenberg. Sorry, Dan. The Predator will be the protagonist in this movie. And he said, creating a character you connect with, but are also super intimidated by, has been challenging but exciting. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, the Predator being a protagonist in the movie. First of all, I think it's exciting because it's something new. And there have been moments in Predator movies where you're kind of rooting for the Predator in a lot of ways. But also, will this have the problem where I think studios like Sony have been having in a lot of franchises where you're making your villains heroic too often? Does that affect the movie at all? What do you think?
I think shake it up. We've seen a bunch of Predator movies. Mix it up. Do something different. I'm down. I'm down to see. I'm down to give it a shot.
We'll see.
I love Predator.
Me too.
I'm Team Predator.
I've always been Team Predator.
Yeah, I'm Team Predator except for when he's fighting Arnie. Then I'm Team Arnie.
And
I'm down for mixing it up. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let's mix it up, man.
Yeah.
Shuffle the board.
It seems like the responsibility you have then is probably building the Predator world out. And what does that world look like? What's that planet look like? What's that culture look like?
He comes to Earth and they're all just so mean. Everyone's so mean on Earth.
Everyone just tries to kill me. But I think that if you're going to do this, you got to show where predators live in that world. I think that's pretty exciting. You could see what the culture would be like. Like, what do they eat? What do they do for fun other than hunt?
It'd be nuts. And rip spines out of animals they kill.
What do the predator ladies look like?
Probably a lot like the guys.
So yeah, I think that you have a lot of potential to create the Predator planet, which I mean we've never seen. We've just seen the ships.
Maybe, just a theory,
Let's
because this is a movie set in the future. Maybe maybe humans have discovered the Predator planet and they go and attack.
Maybe. And
then
we got this heroic Predator.
Yeah,
he's the runt of his friend group.
Yeah,
nobody likes him. He's a bully. He's always bullied, and it's up to him to save his people from the evil Earthlings.
I think we got the plot.
That sounds it. That sounds about right. No, there's no point in releasing it.
Elle Fanning is just so mean to me.
I think there's no point even watching the movie. We just solved it.
We solved it, guys.
We solved it.
Well, you still watch it, but
I'm just kidding. I'm sure we didn't solve it.
Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably not the plot.
Definitely not it.
Maybe Dan's probably like, "Damn, it's a good idea."
All right, next up.
That's what I would do.
Next up, we got Tomb Raider news. Now, last week, we said there were a couple actresses vying for the role of Lara Croft, but it looks like Sophie Turner has taken the edge is officially in talks to star as the eponymous video game character, Lara Croft, in the Tomb Raider series coming soon to Amazon Prime.
Lara.
There you go. Lara.
Not Lara.
Laura.
The internet's not happy about this one. I looked at all the responses and people are not feeling it. But at the end of the day, Sophie Turner's a great actress, and clearly she is in the talks, meaning she's probably got the role. She's probably signing on right now, or already has signed the contract.
Working on the money right now.
On the money stuff. So, I mean, I would say just don't judge a book by its cover and wait till you see some trailers and stuff.
Yeah, it could be great. It could be great. What's this Coca-Cola AI ad?
So every year, Coca-Cola releases a Christmas ad, right? They have like polar bears, and they're just like chilling, drinking Coke in a train.
Santa Claus, reindeer.
Santa Claus, yeah. Every year they do a different one. So this year, Coca-Cola created their annual Christmas commercial with nothing but AI this time.
All right, I'm watching it.
And so AI was used to create their annual Christmas commercial, and it's getting people very upset.
Looks like fucking shit, honestly.
It looks like obviously like AI, but at the same time, it's scary how advanced it's becoming.
Yeah.
Because things that have always been a problem for AI, like hands,
it gets better at. Yeah,
it's getting pretty good at it, which is scary because, first of all, from an objective perspective, it's very impressive. But from a subjective perspective and what it means for the industry and for the arts, for entertainment, and for humans in general, it's pretty scary because this wiped out a ton of jobs, clearly. Obviously, you have programmers that are developing the AI and giving it the right information. So there are people working on it, but how many animators didn't get to work on this because they used AI?
Or just filmmakers and crew and production teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, why not just film this?
It's obviously projected that this kind of marketing with AI is going to take over commercials by a huge margin.
I wonder how much it costs them to do it.
Probably not a lot.
Yeah, probably not a lot.
And they at the end of the day, the company's saving a couple million, but it's kind of scary because now it's not humans making it. And now people are theorizing that the majority of commercials in the future in the near future, are going to be generated by AI. Mm-hmm. It's pretty advanced.
I hate it. They got people, and there's two of them. There's one with people, and there's one with a lot of animals.
Completely generated by AI.
This is awful, man.
Not good news. Not good news.
Why not just film it?
Because they're a corporation and they want to save money.
Yeah, save money, I guess. Man, that sucks.
Easy way out. Let's move on to, what's this Tumblr story? Oh, this is the Tumblr.
The Bat Tumblr. Not Tumblr, the website. Warner Brothers. These are moments where I wish I was rich.
Me too.
I wish I was like either born wealthy or super wealthy. Because Warner Brothers is selling 10 fully functional Tumblr Batmobiles from Chris Nolan's Dark Knight films. Each one of them is going to have a price tag of $3 million. They are not street legal, but they are completely functional and drivable. And what would be cooler than to have your own Tumblr?
Listen, if enough people sign up for a Patreon, we can get one of these. Guys, we can get a Tumblr.
We need 1 million Patreon members.
And we can spray paint Raiders of the Lost podcast on it, and we can have you all, if you donate,
take you on a ride.
You can ride it.
We can ride on rooftops with it, guys.
If we got 1 million patrons to buy the Tumblr.
I wish we had 1 million listeners.
Then we could buy a Tumblr. Maybe one day we'll get there. But we're working our butts off. And everyone's been so supportive. But that'd be pretty cool to have enough coin to buy a Tumblr.
I mean, that's fucking badass. You'll need somewhere to drive it.
Yeah.
Unless you just want to have it. But like, what's the point of having it if you're not driving it?
I mean, just to have it, bro.
Yeah, but you got to drive that thing.
I mean, people can say they have a Tumblr.
Not many, but if it's just sitting in a garage at all times, that's sad.
Still cool.
Take it to a racetrack.
That'd be
Imagine
awesome.
That'd
be awesome. All right.
There's some really good news about the upcoming Academy Awards. We have a first-time host. This rookie comedian. I'm not sure if you know who he is yet, but he's got a bright future. Conan O'Brien, my favorite talk show host. I don't know how you feel about him.
Yeah, he's the best.
Conan O'Brien will be hosting for the first time the Academy Awards, and I cannot be more excited. I've always thought he's a no-brainer for the Oscars. I'm not sure if he just didn't want to do it in the past or they didn't ask him, but he is an excellent choice. He knows how to entertain people. He knows how to be fun. He's so off the cuff. He's got a great personality and great sense of humor. And man, I think he's an excellent choice. Done with Jimmy Kimmel hosting. Let's move on. Let's get something new. And Conan O'Brien is a step in the right direction.
It's wild he's never done it before because he's legitimately one of the funniest people alive.
Yeah.
And he's such a good host. And I think it's just he's had so much controversy with the late shows and then being dropped and then going to, what was it, TBS?
Yeah, he went to TBS.
Was it TBS? So I'm guessing that he just had bad relationships with Brass or something that didn't want him to do it. But
Damn Brass.
It's Conan O'Brien. The guy's hysterical. Yeah. I can't wait. This is such a good choice. It's going to be fantastic. I'm actually looking forward to it.
It's going to be the funniest Oscars in a decade.
Looking forward to it now. Moving on to Jurassic World Rebirth, guys. We got some new images with Empire Magazine. They got the scoop, and our image is Scarlett Johansson's character in a field of tall grass. Sound familiar, like velociraptors, holding this large gun that has a syringe at the end of it. So it's like a syringe gun, it looks like. Now, according to director Gareth Edwards, it goes back to what I loved about the original, with an embarrassment of riches of different set-piece type scenarios and tense, fun action moments. There were a lot of opportunities as a filmmaker to have a lot of fun and try and play games with the audience. 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, it continues the dinos in the wild premise established across that trilogy while beginning a whole new chapter in the timeline of Jurassic. While it'll be packed with prehistoric beasts, there are certain dinosaurs it would be a crime against cinema not to include, says Edwards, probably talking about velociraptors and T-Rex. The new human lead is Scarlett Johansson, whose operative Zora Bennett is leading an epic dino DNA hunt. She's looking for meaning in her life after leaving the military. Edwards teases of her role, and this opportunity comes along where after basically she'd never have to work again. But through that journey, she starts to question the ethical rights and wrongs of what they're doing, which sounds similar to they thought about whether or not they could, they just never thought about whether or not they should.
You're so busy thinking about if you should, you never
could.
You never thought if you should,
basically.
Yeah.
So, got a little information on this new Jurassic World film. I am keeping my expectations high with good optimism on this movie.
Yeah. I mean, let's start fresh. Let's get it over, reset going, and try to start from scratch. And it seems like Rebirth, Reborn is like the title studios are using when they mess up a franchise and they're trying to rebrand it.
Daredevil
Born Again.
Born Again, yeah.
Jurassic World Rebirth. This looks like the go-to.
It's like an apology. Sorry for the last 3 years.
We're going to do it again, guys. Forget about that. We also got, speaking of giant lizards, a first look at some live action stills of How to Train Your Dragon. The upcoming live action remake hits theaters June 13th, 2025. Just is poised to be fucking the biggest year since 2019. And we got Mason Thomas as Hiccup and
Thames. Mason
Thames. What did I say?
Thomas. Thames, Anthony.
And the live action looks good. It's the dragon looks super cute.
Wait, they released the dragon?
Yeah, there's an image of him touching his dragon's head.
Live action? Oh, snap.
Yeah, so they did the famous shot in the animated film where he's afraid of touching him on the nose. And there's an image of that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it was illegally released.
I think that was a fan-made edit, but let me double check.
The guy right here. It was from D23. Someone took a photo during the presentation.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's an official still, it's Hiccup in the arena with his shield and his helmet on.
Here's another one. This is footage from D23.
Really cool.
So this is not officially released.
Gotcha.
But the arena one? I haven't seen that one.
So it's a
I
still
see. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Mason Thames, he's got the helmet with the horns. Now, Mason Thames, who got, I think, really well known now because of the Black Phone. He's the child lead in that movie, and he's phenomenal in that movie. He's also starring in Mel Gibson's latest film, Monster House, I believe it's called, or something Monster, which comes out soon.
Monster House. Was that a remake of the old one?
Or something Monster. So I think he's about to have just a huge Hollywood boom right now, this kid.
Mel Gibson.
Really talented.
Movie. Mason Thames. Monster Summer.
That's Monster.
Oh, yeah. I saw the trailer for that.
It's like Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's like a cute teen horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that was a cute little trailer.
It's going to be exciting. And actually, we have Gerard Butler's going to reprise his role live action. And his character has a huge beard and a ton of Viking gear. And he actually wore 90 pounds of wardrobe for this movie.
Amazing. It's great that they got him because he's great with his voice.
Yeah, Jay Baruchel obviously voiced Hiccup in the movies, the animated, but it's not him.
You can't have him play a teenager.
Yeah, he's like 40 now. Not gonna work.
All right, some Zack Snyder news. How about you tell us about this, Jim?
Zack Snyder is a carrot. Zack Snyder is set to direct an action thriller set inside the Los Angeles Police Department for Netflix. The film is described as Zack Snyder's first truly grounded film. Specific details are being kept locked up, but the action thriller is being described as a high-stakes world of life and death centered around elite LAPD's unit, and that is relentlessly confronted with the unforgiving collision of law and morality. So ambiguous here.
Words are hard.
Sorry, man.
Words are hard.
I think the horse hit got me.
I think it's really exciting, honestly, to see Zach do a grounded film for the first time in a while.
Nothing supernatural, no super beings,
no fantasy, no nothing. So for the first time since Dawn of the Dead, then.
But I mean, that still has zombies in a lot of ways. So
still grounded in reality, though.
Whenever there's zombies,
I'm just saying. Okay, whatever, man. There's no superpowers at all. No.
Yeah, so no supernatural, no superpowers,
yes.
Nothing fantastical like zombies.
Nothing fancy.
It's not like zombies are a thing.
It would be cool to see him do something grounded. I'm curious to see what a film like his would look like without stuff like that. Next up, we got some Godzilla -1 news. The director, Takashi Yamazaki, is actually directing an English language film before he does a sequel called Grand Gear for Sony. J.J. Abrams is producing the film for a theatrical release. Grand Gear.
Not the Grand Gear, just Grand Gear.
It's called the Grand Gear.
Die, My Love.
What?
Is a new movie coming out. We got our first look at Lynn Ramsey's new film, Die, My Love, starring Robert Pattinson, Jennifer Lawrence, and Lakeith Stanfield. The thriller follows a mother who struggles to maintain her sanity as she battles with psychosis.
Oh, this is some interesting images. Pattinson and Lawrence, and then Pattinson and Zendaya. He's killing it with the leading ladies lately.
He's the man.
Oh, this looks fun.
He's the guy.
And J-Law, I haven't seen her do a big dramatic role in a while, so this would be interesting.
It seems like she did that comedy last year, was that?
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
I said dramatic role.
No, I'm just saying she did that comedy.
Yeah, she did do that.
Because I was going to say, like, what's the last few movies she's done? Took a little bit of a break.
Lynn Ramsey's a great director, so I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be great, I bet. All right, next up, we got this childhood horror classic that we watched as kids called Idle Hands.
We talked about this like a month ago on the show.
Yeah. It's getting a remake from Sony. Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick are writing the script. I'm guessing Finn will probably want to star in it, too.
And maybe direct it.
This is a fun movie that we loved. It's super campy, super cringe, but ridiculous, and it was a great teen horror comedy about a guy whose hand has a murderous intent, and he's trying to stop his hand from killing people. Really fun. Devin Sawa from Final Destination's in it. That was his breakout.
And Seth Green.
Yes, Seth Green.
Comic relief, dead best friend, just like American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh yeah.
And Jessica Alba is the girl.
Oh shit, you're right. I think that was her first movie.
Yeah, she's pretty young. She's probably like early 20s.
Yeah. Fun movie.
Fun
Yeah,
stuff.
They can make a fun remake of that.
I think so. There's a lot of potential there.
Absolutely.
So we also are doing an episode tomorrow on The Penguin. In case you don't know,
yes,
we finished the show and we just filmed it the other day, and it was a great episode. We really loved the show. So that's dropping tomorrow, and obviously that's on Max. But Max now, since the Penguin's over, they're dropping a new show. Dune Prophecy premieres tonight on Max. Dune Prophecy is getting pretty good reviews, pretty good ratings, but many of the reviews are warning people, if you're expecting Dune in that scale of filmmaking and storytelling, then you might be a little disappointed.
Might want to pump the brakes.
They released a couple clips online. The visuals look really good, but it seems a little, I don't know, slow for me. I don't know if I'll check it out.
It's too blonde.
And obviously the show takes place 10,000 years before the events of Dune. And it's going to focus on the Bene Gesserit,
and two Harkonnen sisters.
Yeah, and so the Bene Gesserit, obviously, who are the most powerful organization in the Empire, as they sift the sands of the genetics of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll talk about how they're trying to create a prophesied being. I'm sure they will.
I'm sure it'll come up.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the reviews are like when it comes out.
Now, this is not. This is based on Great Schools of Dune by Brian Herbert, Frank Herbert's son, and Kevin J. Anderson. So it is based on written material.
Yeah, they wrote a bunch of books after his father.
A ton
died.
of spin-offs
They
and
wrote
stuff.
like 25 books.
Prequels and sequels.
Yeah, all over the place. Like following one group, they'll do one on the Bene Gesserit. They did one on like the Fremen.
Gotcha.
Harkonnen's got a book.
That's cool.
Lots of people got books.
Books for everyone.
The Worm got a book.
Shia Halud. Origins.
Did you hear about this A24 Samurai film?
Not until today.
So, Hiro Murai is set to make his feature directorial debut with a new Japanese samurai film for A24. Murai has previously directed most episodes of Atlanta, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Childish Gambino's This Is America music video.
Very good director. Great stuff. So I'm sure that's awesome for A24 to do something like that. Let's go. Historical epics. Let's go. Next up, Andor released a teaser for season 2, which looks spectacular. For all of you fans of the show, I'm sure you're very excited for this. Also, we got a trailer for Mary, which is a coming-of-age biblical story about Mary's conception of Jesus, releasing December 6th on Netflix. I haven't seen the trailer. Did you see it?
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Nice.
Looks pretty good.
I like the next trailer.
Bridget Jones mad about the boy. We got our first trailer for the next and latest Bridget Jones film. And our mother was a huge fan of the Bridget Jones Diaries movies.
I'm a fan of them too.
Starring Renee Zellweger. But I'm saying she was a fan, so that's why we used to watch them with her all the time.
Yes.
And this comes out on February 13th on Peacock. Perfect timing, the day before Valentine's Day. It follows Bridget, whose husband has passed away. She's raising her 2 kids and also is trying to get out there in the dating world again.
They killed Darcy. Colin Firth is kaput. But he's in the movie.
His name's Darcy in the show?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a movie.
I mean the movie?
Yeah. It looks really funny. It looks very charming, very cute, very sweet. Chiwetel Ejiofor plays a new love interest. And then Hugh Grant comes back, obviously. He's still here.
Still a funny guy.
Next up, we have Wife and Dog. Benedict Cumberbatch, Rosamund Pike, and Anthony Hopkins have been cast in Guy Ritchie's new film. It is described as a return to the colorful, backstabbing world of the British aristocracy, similar to The Gentleman. Dude, Benedict and Guy Ritchie, let's go. I'm set.
Sign me up.
I'm set.
Do you remember Friday Night Lights?
How could I forget it?
TV show?
Oh, yeah.
Which ended not that long ago, 2011 it ended. Well, it's getting a remake or reboot. The series will be set in the same universe as the original, but with new characters. So Friday Night Lights is getting a reboot. I think it will be Netflix.
Okay. The Accountant 2 has been rated R. Better be, for strong violence and language. They finished filming and are in post-production now. This is also coming out in 2025. It's a spring release of April 25th. John Bernthal and Ben Affleck are returning.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm down, man.
Ben Affleck, The Accountant. Let's go. I love that movie.
Gavin Hood's the director.
Cool movie.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
Some of y'all might not know this original movie from Warner Brothers back in the day, 1956, the movie Forbidden Planet. It's getting a remake. Now, Brian K. Vaughan's writing the script. Let me give you a quick synopsis of that original film from 1956. In this sci-fi classic, a spacecraft travels to a distant planet, Altair 4, to discover the fate of a group of scientists sent there decades earlier. Commander John J. Adams and his crew arrive. They discover only 2 people, Dr. Morbius and his daughter, Altair, who was born on the remote planet. Soon, Adams begins to uncover the mystery of what happened on Altair, why Morbius and Altair are the sole survivors, kind of like aliens here. But this is getting a remake at Warner Brothers.
Very cool. All right, next up. Are you sold on? Are you excited for Y2K, the movie?
Yeah, I am.
The trailer. Did you see the new trailer?
Did you see the new posters?
I didn't see the new posters.
The new posters are fantastic. They look like they're individual character posters.
Oh, yeah, the warped images.
Yeah, but they look like old music videos.
Yeah, band posters and stuff.
I think this movie looks awesome. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see.
It's gonna be nostalgia dialed to 100 for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks very cute. Yeah, great young cast. Fun idea. Yeah, let's go. We were like that, almost that age when Y2K happened.
Yeah,
we were
a little younger.
Younger.
We were 9, 10 years old versus being high schoolers. So, have you seen the trailer for The Agency?
Yeah, Fassbender.
Yeah. So they released a couple posters and also a release date of November 29th on Paramount Plus. Michael Fassbender, Jeffrey Wright, Jodie Turner-Smith, and Richard Gere star in this TV series. And
if it's Fassbender, I'm set.
Yeah, it's a spy thriller series. It follows a covert CIA agent who is ordered to abandon his undercover life.
Yeah, they just dropped a bunch of character posters for each character. We also got a really good-looking Netflix thriller called Carry On, starring Taron Egerton and Jason Bateman. Taron Egerton plays a TSA backchecker who's just doing like run-of-the-mill work, his typical job.
It's a Christmas movie, too.
Christmas season. However, he's targeted by this mysterious criminal played by Jason Bateman who wants a bag to get checked through illegally. And he basically sets up Taron Egerton and threatens to kill his wife if he does not let this bag pass through. And so it's a cat and mouse thriller. And I was like, honestly, really surprised by the trailer. I think it looked really good. I liked it a lot.
Die Hard 2 vibes.
Looked awesome. Honestly,
looks pretty good.
Looks fantastic. Tell us about Back in Action. So Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx are teaming up in basically like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of movie where they play former CIA agents. It's just like the Mark Wahlberg movie that just came out. You know, they're former CIA agents and spies who now have a family and they live a quiet life. However, they miss the life of action and espionage, so they insert themselves back into that world.
Do they actively do that, or I thought it came back to find them?
Can't remember. Something like that. Either way, they get in.
I think it's late.
They get back into stuff.
They came back to find them,
and then they have to fight their way out, and they're having a blast. It looks fun. It looks like a cute, fun family action movie.
Cameron Diaz's first film in 10 years.
10 years? Whoa, that's crazy.
We have another espionage thriller, The Amateur, starring Rami Malek, John Bernthal, and Lawrence Fishburne. This hits theaters on April 11th. It's about Rami Malek, who plays a office analyst, a keyboard guy at the CIA, but his wife is killed in a terror attack, and Rami's character requests training to go into the field, find his wife's killers, and kill them.
Interesting. So Jack Ryan.
Yeah, but he's even more dorky.
I thought it looked good. It looked like a nice tense thriller. It's cool to see Rami doing action.
A really nice tense thriller. How can you have a nice tense thriller?
I'm just saying. That sounds just like Jack Ryan. I'm just saying. But it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
You know what else looks good? The Brutalist, which is coming out this December. And Adrian Brody, they're about to go into swing of press for this movie. And you're going to see Adrian Brody everywhere soon. He's going to receive the Palm Spring Film Festival's Desert Palm Achievement Actor Award for his work in the film.
Pretty awesome.
I love Adrian Brody.
Pretty awesome stuff.
All right, so we got some sad news. I hope it's not true, but Tilda Swinton says that her next film, The Room Next Door, which is made by Almodovar, which she co-stars with Julianne Moore, may be the last film she makes. Quote, "I've always intended that each film should be my final one. It was not wanting to jinx anything because I've had such fun from start to finish. I always thought, well, that's a good one to go out on. Let's just quit while we're ahead. And I feel it today. I feel The Room Next Door is the last film I make. Let's see if anything else happens."
Would be an incredible career to go out on.
Legendary, and I just saw the trailer in theaters for that film a week ago, and it looks wonderful, like any Almodovar film. And she and Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore look like dynamite together. And she's one of my favorite actors, just one of the best there is.
Yeah, Tilda there, an incredible performer, always has been. Every time they're in a movie, I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
What a career. But you never know. A lot of actors and actresses come out of retirement after a while.
Yeah, you never know.
Dan came out of retirement twice.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Dan.
Coming out again.
Oh, yeah, man.
For a third time coming out of retirement. So it happens. I think, when someone approaches Tilda in 5 years with the right project, they'll be like,
Won't be able to pass up on it. Yeah.
Sure, I'll be Luke Skywalker in this remake.
You need me to be John Wick? I got it.
I'm thinking I'm back. All right, everybody, that wraps movie news. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're doing our episode on the Penguin, but we're also going to ask you to please, if you have the time, scroll up to the feed, leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. Subscribe on YouTube. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Hope you all have a great week. Have an awesome time seeing Gladiator next weekend, and take care.
See you next time. And Wicked, too.
And Wicked, of course. Gladiator and Wicked. Glicked.
Wicked-ator.
Wicked-ator.